Greetings. Can you hear me? Can you see me? If you can, let me know. Peace and welcome to our Sovereign Sundays. Trying to do things a little bit different. If you can hear me, let me know. I know there's like a delay, which is ah, okay, I guess. But if you can hear me and see me, please let me know. Yes, you can hear me. All right, cool. So let's jump right in. Greetings, 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 peace, Deidre Sully, MPH. Greetings, Sister Aquia. Um, so today we're going to be, you know, jamming it with some juices. We're gonna get juicy. Um, so so a couple of things though before I start. I just want to greet you all. I will let you can see and hear me clearly, and I will let your the beginning of your week is going well. You're strong, strong, strong is going well. That's for the week is for those who need to, kind of join us on the concept or the idea of strong. But I will that your first day is going absolutely divine, and you are in the space where you need to be, you want to be, and you just do it. All right, do it. So I I know everybody's probably licking their chops, waiting to be like, okay, we're gonna do some food. But I think I mentioned last strong that we'll be shifting into some juices, and I mean it's the best thing to cool us down. All right, although it just seems like August has been so short. It just feels like the heat. I haven't had enough heat. I haven't had enough sun. So I don't even want to think about it. I'm almost in tears right now, just thinking about how very short um, summer felt. However, you know, today the juices that we're talking about, the juiciness that we're talking about is um, really focused on hydrating through the use of smoothies, right? And I love coconuts. So I thought of using coconuts and grabbing all the stuff I could find, and it's like, no, we could take it one day at a time. We can do smoothies, and then we can shift into shakes, and then soup. So we can skip the shakes and go straight to soup because they offer a savory option. All right, a savory option. So let's stick, but today we're just sticking with smoothies. I see some more beautiful people joining us. So greetings, Naya. Greetings, Brother Antonio Smith. Thank you. Thank you for the greeting. And Sister Kashia. Peace. Shalom, shalom, shalom to all of you. So yeah, some of the blends you are probably accustomed to. I kept it very light. A few of them I have added a few things, and I'll just let you know what I'm adding to each of them because you can't see everything. Um, but today we're going to move through about four different smoothies. But the idea is to give you options for breaking fast, right? And the good thing about it is like I don't have to break down the whole, but what is, like breakfast is, we already know we're breaking a fast because um, ideally we should have been fasting the evening before. All right. So once you close the kitchen and you close off everything, um, your body is actually going through that process of fasting overnight. And it gives, this is a prime time when we talk about circadian rhythms and the body going through cycles and of elimination and absorption and things like that. Like this is the prime period for the liver to actually flush and detox. So you want to make sure that you're not consuming certain things at this time in the evening all the way back to about midday the next day because the liver is doing its work. All right. The good thing is though, if we focus on juices that are fruit based, it doesn't really engage the liver in that way, right? So we get away with it. All right. But let's start from the beginning. So when you rise and you give thanks, you feel good about starting your day, the best thing to do next is to actually guzzle down some water. All right, 3 cups is fine. Now, there's a reason for that. The water helps to cleanse your. It helps to cleanse the waste and urges the waste from the body. So that's one of the most important things to consider, right? That that water actually helps to move the system and it begins to hydrate the body immediately. There's actually uh, a lot of evidence that actually shows and proves there's a reduction in um, cravings and a reduction in body fat that are needing to eat or overeat from consuming water on an empty stomach, right? So that's the empty stomach we're talking about. Just fries and you do all the other things you need to do. The very first thing that would go into your mouth would be water. All right. No, there are different ways to hydrate the body using water. You could actually add a little bit of, if you're having some issue and you need some help and some soothing assistance, you can add a little bit of olive oil and cayenne to that. All right. We have another beautiful face joining us. Greetings, Chief Yuya. Peace and welcome to our Sovereign Sunday experience. Thank you for just being in the space and joining us. Any other new faces? Any other faces that okay, good. I kind of switched things up a little bit so my screen is tinier. So I can't see too much. So occasionally you see me leaning forward and scrolling a little bit because my screen is smaller. But moving on. So yeah, you want to make sure that the very first thing you do isn't a smoothie, but it's actually water to hydrate. Again, a little bit of olive oil and some cayenne pepper, get the blood pumping, get things moving. It's really good. And it's interesting because when you think about hydration, right? Like when you're dehydrated, it can actually increase things like migraine and kidney stones and hypertension and tuberculosis, pulmonary tuberculosis. And I actually had someone who was in our our raw vegan community, like way back. That person actually passed from tuberculosis, and like he would not go to get the support or the help he needed. And because of that, like he just kind of away. And for those of you who don't know, it's like a infectious bacterial disease that actually affects the lungs. And it's rare, but I'm telling you, within the last 6-7 years, this person passed from tuberculosis. So we think that things are rare, but sometimes they just show up. All right, so that's one. Another issue that can be influenced by dehydration or lack of water in the body is sinusitis, and you can affect your levels of obesity by just increasing water, reduce obesity by just increasing water. Again, being hydrated doesn't just help your tissue to be hydrated, it helps to improve liver function, it helps to improve kidney function, and you feel full. So I guess that's part of the trick, right? But it intensifies, dehydration actually intensifies the effect of the issue in the body. So, very important to think about. Now, when we rise, 3 cups of water is good, but if you feel like you need more, if you can more, drink more. Take, like bring it on, bring on the water. But for those of you who have not really gotten into that routine of drinking in the dawning or very early, you can ease into it, and I'm not saying the very first thing you do is drink water. You can, after rising an hour after, then you can consume some water, right? And again, build your way up to the 3 cups. Build your way up to whatever it is that you set as a goal for yourself, right? Bit by bit. And make sure, again, you're drinking and you're preparing to, if you're going to eat or break your fast, using a smoothie or whether it's food or whatever, make sure you're paying attention to that time. You want to eat after that 45-minute break, right? So you give your stomach 45 minutes, allow the water to flush your system and also hydrate the tissue, and let your brain, like just become, you know, like it's high. Because it's interesting when you do the whole drink water versus done, you feel the difference. It feels different, especially if you're not rushing into consuming food or whatever breakfast food somebody told you should done, right? But that's that. Then you want to make sure that when you drink, if you're gonna drink after you eat a meal, if you're gonna eat a meal at all, even a smoothie, even if you're drinking a smoothie, that's a meal as well. Please make sure you're doing that 2 hours after. Give the body time to process. Don't snack in between. All right, very important. Now, and we know water helps to, make the skin radiant. It helps you to glow. It helps to make your elimination much easier. It aids in weight loss. There's a whole bunch of things. But drinking water isn't the only way we can hydrate using smoothies. So we're gonna just jump right in. Today, I want to start off with mango, kale, and ginger, right? And I'm gonna add a hot pepper to the mix. Bet you didn't know stuff like that. All right. But I'm gonna start with my ginger first. And I'm gonna start with ginger first because give me a second to get a good gauge as to how because I switched up my screen. So now I'm moving all over the place trying to figure out where things go. Oh my goodness. Funny. All right. And you're not gonna see, you probably won't see all of the items. So you'll see some. I think I'm playing shuffleboard or whatever with this stuff. So kale, I'm gonna put ginger, a hot pepper, and mango. I'm gonna start off with my ginger, and I'm gonna start off with ginger because I'm blending, by the way. So that's something that I failed to say earlier. I am not using a juicer. I am blending and I'm going to strain. All right. Because I just did not want to bust out the juicer today. All right. Now I'm going to add a little bit of water to what I'm creating. I use spring water. You can use water you desire. I mostly use spring water. I try not to use distilled because distilled really, you have to add nutrients. I feel like you have to add back to distilled water because it's just a purified water because it's it's purified, right? It's purified. Spring water still has, there's something natural about it. So I go with spring water. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of water to this. Add my ginger. You don't have to strain. If you want, you can. If you have a very powerful commercial blender, you can blend without straining. Everything will probably go smooth for you, and it'll probably be easy. It's all up to you. All right, it's really up to you. It depends on the consistency you're looking for. Right. For me, I like to strain because I end up using all the trash or whatever it is that I strain, I end up using, right? I always end up using it. I'll either dry it so you can make ginger powder with whatever's left back from the ginger. If you have a dehydrator, that works. If you have mango and so on, the kale left over, you can always blend it up again, put it in a soup. You can use it to make stock. There's a bunch of things that you can use it for. All right. have carrots, I have lemons, I have some turmeric powder, I have goji berries, pears. What would you like me to add? What would you like for me to add to this blend? All right. Anything. I'll put anything except for savory things because we're not making soup today. But anything that you want me to add, or maybe even take away. Maybe you don't want them add. I do want me to add hair to this instead. Just what blend would you all prefer? Teacher says, what about olives? You take your olives. We don't have olives today, okay? We're not making. Stop taking us off course. All right. Our course is berries. Ah, ooh. But of course is fruit. We have no olives. We have smoothies. We're not doing soups. All right. So we don't have any of that. Goji berries. So I do have goji berries. I don't have fresh goji berries. Of course, I have dried, so I will add them. All right. No olives. None for you. I'm sorry, my fingers all in the camera. Okay, fine. Blueberries. Now you know me. I have a I hate relationship with blueberries. Blueberries are wonderful with all the antioxidants, but whew, talk about no taste. No taste whatsoever. None. None. Unless you, I was about to say, unless you book up, unless you find a blueberry bush and the wild berries, they have flavor. So blueberries, none of it. And I have a feeling it's the freezing of the blueberries that makes them so uh, tasteless. But never mind me. They're excellent to make your your smoothie very thick and high in antioxidants. So don't leave them out. I just them to the curb. Sorry, Deidre. Sorry. Uh, okay, so I'm gonna add those to it. So we just finish blending. Right. And like I said, I strain. I prefer to strain just because it makes it much easier, right? It makes things much easier. So we try to stay in the camera and strain at the same time. All right. So I'm gonna hold it up. You could probably see my juice at the bottom and my strained ginger at the top. And now typically I use way more ginger than I'm using right now. But you know, you can mix it. You can mix it depending on what it is that you like. I like a very strong ginger flavor, but I can find as much ginger as I want today, and I want to have ginger for tomorrow, so a little bit. Chief Yuya says texture, color, and scent are. Oops, this is moving fast. Let me see if I can. Okay. I'm. I'm. Oh, Imakuya is growing blueberries. My goodness, ship some to me quick. Ship some to me. I'm not being fast about blueberries. Chief Yuya says texture, color, and scent are the enjoyment. This is true. Texture, color, and scent that's true. And this is true. This is true. This is true. This is true. Don't get me wrong. I love I like the taste, but we're clearly doing this for to enhance the body, increase nutrients, cleanse the system, allow for us to detox a little bit, and like most importantly, add antioxidants, add so many other nutrients to just what we consume, and it also helps to increase how satisfied we feel. All right, so we want to eat less because the smoothie helps it takes up space. All right. The thing is, I would say when we do fruit smoothies, I find for myself, I don't know for others, but I find for myself, it actually increases my my appetite, right? So it opens up my appetite a lot, and that's fruit. So sometimes I add a little bit of kale or spinach because it helps to make me satisfied, make me feel satisfied. So that way I don't feel like I want more. But again, if you're drinking or just juicing, then it means that all you'll make enough juice and you will drink every time you feel hungry or you feel like you're not satisfied and you want more, you drink more or you drink water. You can drink water, that helps. Naya says, I thought it was me. I don't taste blueberries, papaya, or avocado. Well, pardon me, but I taste papaya. I do. I can taste papaya. But I'll say this. Yes, Chief, I agree that the taste and color and texture, these are just, you know, but I, I, I believe strongly, right, that there's this, and that's for everyone, that there's a difference when have, we eat fruit that ripe at their own time and fruit that ripe in the place where they were grown rather than being exported and having to sit and sometimes be sometimes fruit they're sprayed with ether gas so that it increases the ripening process, right? So sometimes I have a feeling that when the fruit is, you know, they utilize the gas, which becomes um, a catalyst for ripening. It actually it doesn't allow for the fruit to ripen properly, and so it ends up being sour. It ends up being bland, and like I don't know what those actual chemicals are during that process, but I have a feeling like it distorts it, and that's what affects the taste and sometimes even the texture. And if that's the case, then we have to ask that question: Is that fruit, if it's forced ripe, right? If it's forced ripened, you know, are we really consuming it at its highest state of nutrient density, right? Are all of the chemicals fully present when we consume them if they're forced ripe? That's, those are things that may be affecting, how we perceive them. You know? But I just keep on talking, talking, and talking. All right. Let me jump to my screen is smaller, y'all. Forgive me. Tashia says, I like blueberries. Have them as a snack with a handful of almonds. Raspberries and blackberries are really good too, yes. Raspberries, blackberries. Um, again, and it's the 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 blue color of the skin, highly, richly melanated fruit, excellent. Red, the reds are excellent. People pay hundreds of dollars for red stuff, but fruit blends and powdered blends. And I'm gonna say I have in the past um, utilized some of them, only the very really good ones because it takes so much of the fruit to actually create those potent powders. And I've used them in my food prep and catering, but it is really a blessing when you are able to combine those fruits and use the fresh fruit, especially fresh fruit that you purchased from reputable farms, and you can guarantee that the quality is there and you want the quality because you want the nutrient content. Okay, enough talk. Ginger, mango, goji berries. The name for the goji berries. Goji, I'm gonna sprinkle some. I'm gonna sprinkle and put all of it. And I'm gonna add a little bit water. If you're making this for use and you're probably saying, well, water will probably make it too bland, you can use fresh squeezed apple juice, right? Making sure that the apple juice is freshly squeezed, but it is not pasteurized. All right, very important to think about that. Padmini says, pineapple or fried. I love pineapple, but I couldn't find any today. So we don't have pineapple, but this blend, you can definitely add pineapple to it. It's fine. Again, bromelain, excellent for digestion, excellent if you have gut issues. So you want to go heavy on the pineapple, and pineapple skins can be utilized again. You could peel it, make sure you soak and scrub, scrub, scrub. Then you take the peels and throw them in a pot with water and bay leaf and clove and cinnamon. a little bit of anise, just a little bit, and ginger, and you boil that. That will make a great cooling drink for the summer too. So you don't waste any parts of it. And put the core in there too. Put the core in there too. So Kashia says that's going to be good with that blend. Yes, yes, yes. Chief Yuya says most of what we get in the States in regards to blueberries are higher of unripened and waterlogged. There is a little to no taste. Yeah, yes, definitely, definitely. You have to go out of your way to actually purchase wild blueberries that are grown here. And that's, yeah, hardly, right? Even if you purchase frozen, the frozen kind, the frozen, you'll always notice that the package say imported from Canada, if I'm not mistaken. So there's just, yeah, there's a lot to think about when it comes to, and I have our podcast actually covers that. It covers um how to pay attention to different farms, markets, and so on in order to go raw on a budget. So if you're interested in, just finding out little hacks on how to find great produce and where to look and so on a budget, you can check out the podcast. That's the Sovereign Podcast that can help you out. Um, I am moving so slow, y'all. Woo, woo, I'm missing everything. Oh my goodness. Now that you mentioned it, Chief, the food was better when I was in the Caribbean. Yes, always better in the Caribbean. No doubt about it. Okay, they're having a long conversation together. I believe I've had the experience with mangoes. The texture was tough and they tasted funny. Yes, you know, it's interesting. How many of you, as you mentioned that, I thought of watermelon, right? And I wonder how many of you have experienced purchasing pre-cut watermelon, which I never do. This was a couple years ago, and I was just in a bind and said, water. But have you ever purchased watermelon and bitten into it and realized it is rubbery? And it's not. This is not a texture where it just feels like it's been around for a while. It literally felt as if someone engineered this watermelon somewhere. The texture was just really off, right? And I had to, unfortunately, I had to throw away the whole thing. All right, I threw it in a bush somewhere because hopefully, one of the other people would eat it. But I want to know, because it just feels like, see, I'm talking and I'm not blending, but it feels like many times, we put our trust in purchasing fruit from some places, but in reality, we have to question the different types of crossbreeding and so on that happens, but also the authenticity of the fruit itself. Sister Kashia says she stole less food. No wonder folks' health is out of whack. Even when trying to eat correctly. That's right. That's right. Because they go for the cheapest. They go for the cheapest. You know how many? I mean, they're wood chips. They add wood chips to your food. Can you imagine? Just because it bulks up whatever prepackaged foods that people enjoy, they bulk up the food, and wood chips are the easiest thing. Imagine that. Wicked people. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. I'm gonna blend and I'm gonna come back to the chat. So I'm gonna add just a little bit of water to it just because I want it to be a little bit. I could smell the heat here, y'all. It is hot. That hot pepper is kicking. Oh my goodness, kicking. Okay, that's one done. with some cream a little bit, but right. Um, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pour out. Can you all hear me? Not sure. Chips, chips. I lose everything. Lose everything. So can you all hear me? Yes. So I'm going to keep this. I won't strain it. All right. But it's really thick, thick. And I'm just gonna pour it out. Get my blender ready for the next. So this is it's really thick. I could actually show you the hair really thick. Then for us, you could see all of the I don't know. I'm really off today with the I'm a bit off today with the I have a lot of still here. Off with the camera. It's still new. All right, let me scroll down, jump into the chat a little bit. Greetings, peace, Ema, precious, welcome. Okay. Sakashia says, nah, no store bought watermelon. When I was when it was bought, it was always by someone local. The store bought watermelon. Yes, yeah, yeah. Now this one was not seedless, but it I don't know the what was happening with the texture. The texture was just wrong. It was not right at all. It was not right. It was wrong. It was wrong. It was wrong. It was wrong. All right. So I'm just kind of cleaning my blender a little bit so I can move on the next blend that I thought we could do. Y'all want me to taste this first? Do you need me to taste this first? Do you need me to taste this first? I want me to taste this. Very hot pepper. And, oh, I like it. I love it. Yeah, I tasted it. I don't know. I taste the goji berry, but it feels like it's giving me life. And the good thing about it is the hot pepper is going to increase, of course, heat, right? Heat and pepper. Hot pepper increases metabolism, but it also increases blood circulation, specifically that hot. So I taste it. It's good, but it's a nice blend of sweet and a nice blend of um, heat. And I'll definitely say this one, it, yes, you can have some. Come on over. Come on over. You can definitely, with this, you can definitely add a seasoning pepper and layer it with onions and just switch up the game and make it a soup, right? And I say a soup because it's the same, it's a nice thick texture and you can make it savory because the sweetness can definitely blend nicely with maybe a lemon and a seasoning pepper and onion, those type of things. Yes, Sister Deidre says, did it hit the back of your throat? Yes, ma'am. It certainly did. Yes, it did. Um, in more ways than one. It certainly did. But I can tell it's the combination of ginger with hot pepper. The hot pepper is hot, but and listen, when this sits for a day, and the hot pepper, according to my grandmother, I'm sorry, I have to use these words, y'all. When the hot pepper push through me, right? Stop laughing at me. I can see y'all. When that hot pepper marinates inside of this juice and I have it tomorrow, it's going to be very hot. So it's something I will probably have in the dawning again. or probably closer to midday, or maybe even in the afternoon, like late afternoon. All right. Next, so the next one that I'm going to do, actually, I think I'll just do three, right? Because it's already 7:40. So our next combination is um almost like a it's I have a little bit of ginger in here. Um, so I'm adding ginger, turmeric, orange, carrot, and black pepper, and a little bit of coconut oil. And you're probably saying, well, why? Well, we don't want oil. Turmeric is activated by when it is in combination with black pepper and coconut oil, right? That's the, well, at least coconut oil is the best type of oil to activate turmeric. All right. So always remember that when you're making, you'll probably notice whenever, everybody talks about golden milk. I keep talking about golden milk. Yeah, it is chai with turmeric in it. That's what it is, right? With the coconut milk. When you do that, you'll always notice that there are two additions to the. You have to add a little bit of coconut, and you add that black pepper. That's what activates it, and it allows your body to absorb it, and the turmeric prop. So carrot, orange, turmeric, a little bit of ginger, black pepper, and a touch of coconut oil, right? So yeah, that's how we go right now. That's the direction in. These, I have three oranges here, all right, and one chunk of stuffed carrot, right? And again, you can add water because I'm not juicing, but you can juice this. Feel free to juice this. If you juice this, you will probably end up with a cup and a half, right, of juice. But I blend because I can add water, and so what I'm doing is I'm hydrating with water, but I'm actually taking nutrients, liquid nutrients. So you can juice, but I choose to blend, and because I get to add more water. Now this is gonna be very thick, so keep adding water. The good thing is when you blend this way, you can drink. You can just keep drinking, and you know the smoothie will just move through your body, right? Move through your body, and you're gonna find yourself feeling juicy. You're gonna be hydrated. You're gonna feel lubricated, right? That's one of the great benefits, excellent benefits. Um, all right, great idea. No, that's not my alley. All right. Oh, Sister Kashia says she loves making golden milk. Yes, it is really good. Really, really good. All right. So our next, all right, our next drink. We put the green one on this plate. Don't laugh at me, y'all. I have to get this camera right because I keep forgetting the camera is so far down. All right. So far, what it looks like, I can add some more water to it so that it booster. Again, remember we can strain this. Do you all want me to strain this so you can see what it looks like? I can definitely strain this. Again, if you like making, and I know this is for the why this it seems like water leaks here a little bit. So I know I'm doing this because I am juicing, right? Um, and doing liquids. But if you're not necessarily doing liquids, the pulp is definitely something you can hold back on, and you can use it to create treats, right? The coconut treats that I showed you all how to make, you can use some of this pulp, mix it in, throw that in your dehydrator, and you have raw treats, right? Raw cookies, things that you can consume after you do your liquid fast and your all liquid. All right, and for those of you who are not, again, use the pulp. Use it, use it. Relish is um definitely another option. Definitely. And if you're going to make relish, remember, ah, seriously, seriously, you know what is the problem is you give me anything and I will take it and I will remake something. And you may or may not like it. It don't matter to me. What matters is you didn't throw it away. Y'all all laughing, but relish is actually a great idea. But if I were to use this, I would actually use this right? So I would actually use this as a jam, add some dates, and put it on the stove, and textures inside of the oranges will just start to thicken, and so you have a very simple jam with no added white sugar or anything. But again, you can use it for many things. I don't know, Chief. What would you make the? Well, how would you make this relish now? Because tell me, my mind is going wild. Add some more to this. This smells so good. And remember, there I have nothing added to this. No sugar, no sweeteners. The oranges smell so strong. Um, smells really strong. Now, if you want to, I used powdered turmeric just because I did not have turmeric the root, but you can use the root. Just be careful because the root it stains everything. I like to say that when the root reached, it tell everybody he reached, right? The root is kind of like turmeric root stains fingers, your hands, even if it's everything. So make sure if you're chopping it, use gloves. Unless you want to have golden fingertips, then you can pretend like everything you touch turns to gold, because then that's what it is. I don't know. What does Chief say? That's exactly what you want to hear. You, your cook say, it don't matter to me if you like it. Oh my goodness. That's not what you want to hear the cook say. This is true. This is true. This is true. But yeah, if I have to consume it, then it's kind of like it's good for me. I'm gonna have it. Y'all are laughing. All right, let me make the juice. So, do you want me to strain it? Do you want me to strain it, or do you want us to just pour it out into the jar as is? What do you prefer? What do you prefer? No? Okay. Sister Kashia says we already heard no to olives and blueberries. Okay, so we're gonna strain. All right, we're gonna strain. Straining on the side. You probably can't see, but that's all right. Um, that's all right. That's all right. Okay. I poured out the majority of it. It has a nice rich orange color because, of course, I am using keratin foods with a lot of carotenoids in there. So rich orange color. Of course, the turmeric can add to it as well. I actually have a chunk of ginger in here, but I'm straining. Yes, strain half. Naya says strain half. All right, so I'll strain half, but I'm straining because I want you all to see the texture and the consistency. All right, and of course I just have a big strainer here, fine strainer. So I'm going. I'm going. I'm going. Let's. Can I ask you all a couple of questions about your food combination? Because I know food combination, food combining is some people utilize it, but others don't, and they don't necessarily have a problem. I wanted to ask, I was thinking as I was thinking about, just what juices I would present to you all. Um, what are some of the combinations that definitely make your stomach unsettled? What are some combinations that you know for you are not good for you? And I ask that because again, what works for me does not necessarily work for others. Things are it's different. So if you could drop that in the chat, just share quickly. I know it is going on to 7:50. So for those of you who are with us, thank you for staying the course and being in space and being present. But I really wanted to know, like, what are some of the combinations that are good to you, and which ones tend to tends to harm you, gives you maybe some stomach ache, or you could feel maybe you're gassy, or even just discomfort, right? Because I think a lot of times we don't pay too much attention. We just kind of, so okay, it's juice. We're supposed to drink it, and we drink it without paying close attention to how it affects just really one Oop, tight. Because she says anything with celery, to be honest, if I have anything with celery in it, I'm taking a deep breath before. Well, I mean, why a deep breath? Why do you have to take a deep breath before? Is it because you don't like the celery? Because that's not what I mean. Or is it because um, celery just tends to loosen things up a bit for you? What's actually happening when you have celery? What's happening when you have celery? You see, painful, unsettled, or loose. Uh, okay. I won't repeat that. But you know what you could do for that. Psyllium husk, okay? Grab yourself some psyllium husk if you really need that. Pardon me, my hands are all over it. But I'm about to pour it out so you can see it. I'm actually using a measuring cup to pour from my bowl to make things easier. The good thing is this strainer is it's fine, but it's not all that fine. So it's not. Um, I do have a bit of a pulp in here, and that's a good thing. And I will pour out some, taste it in a little bit, but the combination is really good. And this has a little bit of ginger, because there was some ginger juice at the bottom. So I just use it. All right. Second juice is done. Who remembers what's in it? What's in the combination? Who remembers? Let me scroll up a little bit. Put this on there. So this is what Kashia says happens with celery. She has to hold her nose with celery. Oh my goodness, you have to hold your nose with celery, huh? How about who else responded? Sister Maxine says, I really enjoy apple ginger. It doesn't mess them up. Yeah, yeah, yep. It's the pectin in the apple, but ginger is just a phenomenal job at easing nausea, easing the stomach, and it's high in minerals, so that like that's really helpful. But it says painful, unsettled eye. I wonder what gives you that painful, unsettled stomach, brother Anthony? Adding apples to celery helps me. Yeah, because we know that celery thing, that celery juice the other day, just like totally bypassed it. Didn't even look at it. All right. Didn't even look at it. Deidre study MPH. Okay. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Maxine says she has some psyllium fiber on deck. Very good. Um, oh, Sister Kashia says she does not like celery. And yeah, I think I think I probably feel the same way too. But I drink them because it's good for you. Celery just has a way of energizing, clears your head. Sister Kashia says anything with ginger, apples, and celery. She'll try it. Yes, thank you, Sister Deidre, for that combination of apple and celery. But if you add apple, it negates the benefits of celery. I hear people say that, and I beg to differ. But like, who am I? But I do have my opinions. I have my opinions. Because if that's like that's the case, then we would be consuming, and ideally we should consume. If we're making nectarine drink, then it should all be nectarine. If we're making beets, it should all be beets. But yeah, I have, read up a little bit. I've heard um, some people share in depth about the consumption of celery independent, without adding anything, not making it a combined drink, and that's when you get the increased benefits of it. All right, so thank you, Maxine. But again, it's kind of like when we talk about food combination, and there are groups of people who focus on food combination, but then there are others who do not, and both see benefits. So I always say you have to think about how your body is assimilating it. Maybe there's some of it that I don't know and I'm not aware of, but I am going to say when it comes to, just focusing on individual foods, then if you're going to do celery, then every other drink that you make should be just one fruit. All right. And if you go to sovereignties.com, we have like a 21-day detox that focuses on eating specific fruits at one meal, right? So you're having, if you're eating a meal, it's all entirely one fruit or one veggie, one fruit, sorry, because it's pure fruit. So that way you can actually, your body can reap the benefits of it, and it doesn't have to focus on breaking down so many different things. So Kashia says, I learned sometimes it's not about the taste, it's about health and health being given. It definitely is. That surpasses any of it. Sister Kashia says, banana is tricky for me. I love it, but it produces mucus. No banana in the late afternoon or evening. As you can see, I have not included banana in here, and that's because, oh my goodness, I have Sister Shamani. Just give me 1 second. All right, this is better. I had Sister Shamanique's Maxine's post up there for a while. Um, I think I lost my place. Just give me 1 second. I think I'm way behind. I'm moving. Kashia says orange, turmeric, coconut water, mango. No, I did not put coconut water. I said I wanted to include coconut, but I didn't put coconut water. Can you put coconut water? You definitely can. I don't have fresh coconut. And if I don't have fresh coconut, I don't like to use the box coconut. You know, I'm not saying I won't drink it, but if I'm making a smoothie, yeah, I prefer to a fresh coconut because I want the fresh nutrients and enzymes. Sister Deidre says, and if I'm behind, let me know. Next step, take a Sharpie and a sticky label and write Deidre, then just pop it in the fridge. And I'll come and get it later. None for you. That's the word. That's the word. Yes. The orange one does look very refreshing. It's citrus, the bright colors help. And you can add lemon to it. Now the last one that I'm gonna do, because I don't wanna, keep us too long, but this is really, really good today. Um, the last one I wanted to show you all is a bit of less of a thirst quencher and a more of an immune builder or immune building shot, right? And when I made this recently, again, because I love it, I made it a lot. I actually taught at the Marcus Garvey School, and we had a coach there for a while. He would work with the students, And it's interesting because he would bring these shots in for the students, but he would bring in shots for all of the teachers who, were hanging back and supporting the students, as the students who, they did a lot of track and field preparation and so on after school, and we would always hang back and help them, support them. Maybe they need homework support, homework help, so we'd always hang back. And he would always bring these shots for all of the teachers who stayed back. Um, and the shot included, ready, onions, lemons, raw honey, and cayenne pepper. Now, I don't have cayenne today. All right. I don't have cayenne today. I'm just doing three. I said I would do four, but the fourth one, I'll just do three. So the third one, which is the last one I'm gonna do, is that onion with lemon and raw honey. All right. So just take it off so that you can see the juices. Put this one here so you can see. I keep forgetting where the camera is. So this is my combination of onion, lemon, and I have some raw honey here that I'm going to include. I'm not going to put all of it, but again, this is a medicinal shot. I'm not drinking a whole glass of it. You can make it more potent by adding two onions instead of one. You can add a garlic to it if you like. I prefer to utilize garlic and chives and those other um, antifungal, antibacterial type of bulbs in my savory blends. So we'll be exploring savory blends, maybe not next Sunday, but the following. Um, but yeah, I prefer them in savory, but this is the one sweet one that's a good shot. All right, it's a good immune boosting shot. Um, a couple of sentence points here. Banana doesn't produce mucus for me. It's interesting. I think again our bodies are very different, but I think when I find that if I use banana, but I am actually in calorie deficit and I'm working out, I'm moving a lot, or exercising a lot more, or just walking to and from the job a lot more, I don't experience I don't experience have a lethargic experience after. I don't feel sleepy, nor do I feel mu you know, nor do I get, clogged with mucus if I eat. So a lot of the times it's what we're doing, right? If you're exercising and you're constantly in motion, certain foods won't make you lethargic and they won't have that buildup in your system because you're utilizing the energy um, very quickly, right? Especially considering bananas, those sugars go to the bloodstream very, very quickly, very quickly. Um, but Antonio says, I also tend to mix green apples with my greens like kale, spinach, cucumbers. Yes, green apples are sour. Oh my goodness, they're sour. They're sour. But green apples are good. Pears another great one. Not avocado, but pear. The sweet pear, that's also a good one to add with the kale and the spinach cucumbers. Maxine Maxine. The other day I said I had to remember to say all of that. Like I keep saying Maxine. It's Maxine. All right. Interesting. Reminds me of a drink featured in Avatar. Oh, the green drink. Is it a green drink? Top tier speakers. Welcome. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the Sovereign Sunday party. We're having a juice frenzy over here. Juice back. Yes, greetings. Um, Imelkia says, what brand of raw honey do you use? I can't see the brand from over here, but I will share it with you. I will share it with you. I will share it with you. I actually, um, I purchased, I purchased a big gallon of it because it's much more it actually works out to be much more affordable. So I know many of you don't utilize raw honey like that, but it helps honey stays for very long. So it helps to actually purchase it. It ends up being much more affordable per ounce, right? I mean, way more affordable. When you think about how many little bottles you have to buy and how much it costs, it is not worth it at all. If you have the space, I say buy the big old jar. Um, Maxine says the onion. It was onions and bananas. Onions and okay, I don't know what the combinations I'm hearing here, so I'm just gonna keep on moving. Oh, one other thing I wanted to say. You probably noticed I peeled my lemons and my oranges. I always say this, so y'all probably saying stop repeating yourself, but I'll say it again. You can utilize the lemon peels, dry them. If you're in the Caribbean, you can place them outside underneath a little net or something and let them dry in the sun. Hang them wherever in the kitchen and they'll dry out. And you can use them to make lemon peel tea, lime peel tea, or orange tea. You can use them in a chai blend if you're mixing red bush herb tea along with maybe some cloves and so on. You can add a couple peas in there, but the citrus is really good. And when you're using them to make tea, cover the pot because the citrus oils, they diffuse very quickly, and you don't want them to diffuse and just like float away in the air and make the air smell good. You want the oils to condense and fall back into the pot. So you make sure when you're boiling them, steeping them, sorry, you cover the pot because you want to gently. So don't throw them away. Um, there's a battle of the onion and banana juice going on in here. um, onion and banana juice from the guru. Oh my goodness. Is that the guru from our Avatar? That's interesting. I'm gonna try it then. I'm gonna try it. Y'all making me want to try all these things. I'm going to try it. All right, let's do this real quick. All right, so I have everything that I need in there. I am just gonna add a little bit of stuff to this before pouring in the honey, right? Before pouring in my raw honey, I'll put the jars here again just so y'all know there is nothing, right? Okay, I put just a few of my seeds, but I left most of the seeds in there. I left most of the seeds in there. I poured, I can't remember how much this probably was. I can't remember how much it was. So just in time, top tier speakers, because we are actually making the onion with the lemon and I'm adding some raw honey to it right now. Right? So didn't miss out on anything. Going in with the plunger and using that in there. Yes, it's a great combination because some people split up them along with the honey. All right, so that's it. I know we were on for a long today, but I love to share this as well for my last combination for this evening. It's actually a shot, and it is much thinner than I wanted it to be. But that's all right. We make a great sip. A good sip. A good sip. A good sip. So I'm gonna use my chocolate. It's really good. It's sour. It's really sour. Tart. Tart actually is the word. And you can taste the onions, but the sweetness of the honey offsets it. Again, it's medicine. It's medicine. I'm doing all of this because I could feel it. I could, when you taste something and you taste it's good for you just know it's just working on all of your cells. That's how it feels. So I really appreciate you all sharing this time this evening. Um, we had a ball making these three drinks. I really wanted to do um, this other one that I like to call pink lemonade. But we'll save that for another time. Come next strong. Let me know. Do you all want to do soup next Sunday, Sovereign Sunday, or do you all want to do shakes? Right? If we do shakes, we'll get into making coconut milk from scratch and really going in on making delicious shakes using coconut milk as a base. Um, with the soups, we'll use a lot of roots and burdock and things like that so you can see how, you can make a savory drink or liquid blend for your liquid fast. All right. Let me see. Let me see. See how white it looks. You know, people say when things are so white, it actually builds your mucus. This is a mucus cleanser. This is a new builder. Um, hot, sweet vitamin K's, lots of citrus in this one, lots of turmeric. It will help to aid if you have issues with joint pain because of the turmeric in there. And it's activated because there's black pepper in here, a little bit of coconut oil. All right. So let's see what you all decide. I'm gonna try out the onion one this round. Good. Awesome. Onion one is listen to me. You're gonna be dancing. It's good. It's really good. So yes, so we have one person. And by the way, I just wanted to pause and say Maxine actually won our challenge because she presented a beautiful platter. And the only thing I need from you, Maxine, is for you to share your address with me. So you can send me a DM with your address and surprise, surprise. That's all I have to say. Sister Deidre says yes, soup. So we have one person down for soup. Sister Kashia says, I'm there. I love the plant milk. Yeah, but you didn't tell us which one. Do we want soups or shakes? Naya says, I'm with you, Maxine. I'm going to try the onion shot. Yes. All right. I'm definitely going to try this and that mango turmeric mix you mentioned, Kashia. Yeah. Yes, 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 yes. Let me know if you need Sharpies or sticky notes. Nope, I don't need Sharpies or sticky notes. My hand is on the one that belongs to me. So I don't need Sharpies. So Kashia for shake. Sister Deidre is for soup. Do we have any other takers? Anyone, anyone, anyone? Soup? All right, all right, all right. So that's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. We just have three people. Brother, let me see who. Chief, what do you say? Sister Precious, what do you say if you all are wrong still? Brother Antonio, what do you say? Shake or soup? Soups or shake? I think we have the majority of people said soup, so we're just going to go soup. And everybody else will just have to take a chill pill. Oh man, come on, shake that. Soups it is. Sorry, Katrina. Make you shake yourself. Peace, everyone. Thank you all for joining us for another Sovereign Sunday experience. See you all again. The music that you listened to at the beginning was from Dash. It's called Gifted. It is just a soca song from the country that I was born in. And, I felt that song today. So for those of you who are joining us next round, see you in the chat. Peace. Enjoy the rest of your evening.